Now, I'm not usually the biggest fan of this line, mainly because I think a lot of it is clunky, a lot of it is weird, and a lot of it just does not work for me. But what I will say is this is probably my favorite Black Panther figure ever. I really love the Mafex one, but I think this one is in terms of articulation and sculpt, I think this one just blows the rest of them out the water. And the Marvel Legends one is cool, but this one, for the money you pay, the articulation, the accessories and everything, just on articulation alone, really, this is the best Black Panther you can buy. Articulation on this is absolutely, besides that, that's something I'm going to talk about. But the articulation is absolutely, that's just the crunch. That's just the top and the bottom. But he's looking at the ground. Like, that is incredible. This is incredible. And then you get the shoulders to work with it. They do this thing, and I like it on this figure a lot because it's pretty well hidden. These are moving, and they don't look out of place. Like, I don't know if you've seen the Batman one, Batman Revoltech figure, where the shoulders, I think it's on All Might too. This slide gimmick is just ugly, and you can see it. But on Black Panther, I really feel like it's probably the best hidden it's gonna be. Looks really good. It looks good. The sculpt, you can see that detail work is just amazing. The detail on the suit, that's just next level right there. Like, look at that. The claw hands actually kind of sharp. It's really heavily based on MCU. You can see it in the face, really. And then some of the design choices. It's really heavily based on MCU Black Panther, but it's absolutely fire. And I think they chose that because if they did, like, say they did a regular Black Panther, it would just be a smooth figure, and it would just not look as good as this. And it's actually not even black. It has like a purple hue to it. Let me see if I can get the lights to brighten up. Yeah, it's like a purplish, like a really dark purple, bluish color. I don't know if it's coming across on camera, but it's just a really solid figure. Really, really like the details, and I like the articulation. That's probably my favorite part of this figure. Now, let's talk about the stuff that I do not like. And it's a Revo thing. It's not this figure, it's all of them. Because a lot of the things that these figures do, I just don't like. So, firstly, we're going to talk about the shoulders. So, I don't know why they use the little ball joint and not out. I don't know why they use the little ball joint for the shoulders when they have big ones. They have bigger ones they can use. I don't know why. You see this cavity in here, and then it doesn't sit flush. Like, you really have to, like, work at it and be weird about it. And then other thing I don't like is how they'll have points of articulation, like the thigh, for example. You can get let me get the leg all the way out. The thigh, that I'm not bending at the hip. That's just the thigh cut. That's how it moves. I don't know why it's not a level cut. I don't know why they do that kind of stuff. And then they put this. Let me pop it off. They put this peak here for some reason. I don't know why. Why not just make it level? You could just have a level cut and then still give it the same amount of range. It's just weird to me. It's a really weird design choice. And it's not bad because the figure articulates very well. Another issue I have is this pops off really easily. But I don't know if it's common, but I haven't seen anybody talk about it. I don't like that. It pops off extremely easy. I don't like the knees. Some of them are looser than mine. I've seen people touch it and it falls. The knees are ugly. I don't like this. I don't think this should exist. I think, you know, I get why they did it. Because when it's bent like that, it's damn near invisible. Like, but once you bend that knee, any little bend in that knee, you're going to see that I don't like that. The calf cut is cool. The feet, they did something weird too. And it's for articulation, so I get it. Like, I understand. Trust me, I totally understand a lot of these sacrifices are made for articulation. I get it. Like, I understand if it wasn't like that, it wouldn't articulate the same. I just don't like it, regardless. The feet do this thing where they look normal, but then as soon as you bend too far, they look normal, but as soon as you bend too far, it pops out the socket. So, and it's not falling off. And again, it's for articulation purposes. Totally understand. It's the same thing on the back of the legs. I know Sentinel Peter B had this issue where the back of the calves were like sunken in, and you can see the calves are kind of, the thighs. The thighs are kind of slim from the side, and that's for the maximum amount of range. And I totally understand it. Like, I totally get the reason this figure does the things it does. because that's another thing. This pops off extremely easy. That's what stops me from really getting into this line, is that type of stuff. But I love Black Panther, so I had to get this figure. I love the character, so I had to get the figure. But he can do like a lot of poses, and that was the point. He can get into any pose you would need a Black Panther to get into. My favorite is crouching. I don't know why I like crouching poses so much. I think it's because a lot of figures can't do it, honestly. Like, a lot of figures just cannot crouch. They cannot get down there and do the things that these figures can do. Like, this guy can get, see, I'm posing, I'm trying to have fun, and then that shit just pops off. But this guy can get down there. He can get down there. He can pose with the best of them. So that's, to me, that's just absolutely fire. Hey, look. Like that, it looks like he would be perched in a tree. Like, you remember that scene in Black Panther 1 when he was in the tree and he wasn't doing this, but he was crouched in the tree. His leg was like extended out, and he was like, you can do that with this figure, which is why I like it. I really like this figure. Even given all of the downfalls of the figure, like the shoulder, you see the shoulder looks really ugly like that. But if you get it like this, let me see. Let me move it in a respectable way. You get the shoulders like that, and look at this thing. Like, I damn near have this guy in a ball, and I'm zoomed in 2 times. So that's that, but that alone, just like, I don't know. If you didn't get this figure, I don't know what to tell you. I tell y'all that all the time. Like, y'all be passing on some of these figures. I know plenty of people that did not get this figure, and I don't know why. I can't even for the life of me understand why you would pass on this, because this is absolutely fire. Even standing, I'm telling you, even standing, the presence on this figure, because he's thick. He's a thick Black Panther. Like, T'Challa been eating his, Wakandan food, because this guy's built. Even standing straight up, he's a solid figure. Here's Kang again. Here's him next to Kang. They're foot to foot, and he's taller than Kang. Well, that's foot to foot. So he's the same height as Kang, and Marvel Legends are pretty big. Let me do a Darwin I did this swap. J Figs told me to do it. But yeah, here he is foot to foot with Darwin with the Vulcan body. And it looks really good. I like it. I like it a lot. And I'm sorry if it's not focused. My camera is absolutely weird. I have an iPhone 13 Pro Max, and I thought the camera was great, and it's not. So, well, it looks good from far away. Once you start getting in this range, it gets a little dicey. But let me show you the details since I zoomed in. Like, it doesn't get any better than that. It doesn't. Like I said, the Mayfex one, the movie one, is probably one of the best, but this one absolutely is the best. Articulation, sculpt, and detail. This one wins. And I ain't even talking about the accessories. I did all of this talking and didn't even bring out the accessories. I'm going to just show you the box. Here's the box for the guy. Let me zoom out. Too far. Here's the box for Black Panther. Artwork. I like it. Another thing I like, too, is they use the actual figure for promotional images, which is fire. But yeah, this is dope. These are all the little poses you can get. You can see the effects he has, the swooshing for the claw hands, which is really dope. That's a really dope addition. You got a spear. You get your traditional Black Panther on, and there's one of my favorite poses right there. The crouching pose. Just love it. Let me take these accessories out, though. I gotta zoom it out too far. Another one, if you've never bought a Yamaguchi or never had one, they also give you a stand. Here's the vibranium. Let me zoom in. Here's the vibranium like shockwave, which you can actually put together. You can put this together and make a shockwave. So it's pretty fire. Like in the movie, in the comics too. The movie and the comics, the suit builds up the charge, and he can disperse it as he sees fit. So you get, is that the right way? Oh, it's too short. Yeah, so you can disperse it as you see fit. So there's that. I want to take all this out because I don't want to put it all back, but you get some relaxed looking hands, and you get fisted hands, which is pretty sick. The clawed hands come on him in the package, so you don't have to worry about that. And they're pretty solid. They're pretty solid on there. One thing I like about Revoltech too is they give you extra joints just in case. Because I know on Deku or Bakugo, one of those, the wrist joint comes out with the hand. So They give you extra joints, and then those come with a lot of joints because they have effects that go all over them. He doesn't have that. Here's the claw swooshing hands. These look really good for stuff like, what side is that? Stuff like this. So like say he went across somebody. You wanted to make it look like he slashed somebody, you can do that. I like this. I like this a lot. Only thing I wish is that they came with 2 sets, maybe a purple set. That would be fire too. But I mean, there's nothing you can't paint. So say if you didn't want the clear, you could just paint them purple. But yeah, you could do all of that. And it comes with the spear. I think that's a Dora Milaje spear. Let me get it out. And it comes with the spear too. The detail on the spear is pretty good. It looks sharp. Looks like it hurts. So yeah, that's amazing Yamaguchi Black Panther. Absolutely fire figure. I'm going to say it's my #1 favorite figure of last year. And I got this figure on the 31st, I want to say. I think I got it on New Year's Eve, I got to say. But it's 2020. It was the day I got it. That's when it released in 2020, so it counts. My favorite figure of last year right here. If you don't have one, get one. I don't pass on this figure. It's absolutely sick. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.